Okay. So coming from standing, mountain pose. Let's just take a few breaths, get settled into our body. What do you guys see? Breathing into your nose, out from your nose. Feel your breath as it travels in. Notice the temperature. Notice the location that your breath is moving. Notice the way your mind is moving this morning also. You can take time to set an intention for your practice this morning if you would like. And let's move into a simple stretch by raising our arms up overhead and just reach up. You can grab your hands if you'd like or keep them separate. Just reach up, stretching long through your body. Maybe look up. Just big stretch. And then relax down when you're ready. And then we'll bend to the right, bringing the left arm up overhead. Stretch gently to the right. And coming back up, same thing to the other side. And back up. One more time, both arms up. And stretch. And back down. Let's do our heel to toe walk a little bit. I know that heel to toe walk is something that it really challenges most of our balance. So come to the back of your mat. It challenges our balance, but it's a safe way to do it. So when you're ready, you guys all know how to do this. When you're ready, just bring one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, and walk up your mat and walk down your mat. Just do it a few times. Play around with the location of your arms, maybe at heart center, maybe out wide to help you balance. Maybe you need to have one hand secured to a chair. Up and back. You can either move slowly or quickly, or you could try both ways. Notice your breathing as you move also, because we kind of tend to put all of our attention onto the walk itself, but allow yourself to really feel your breath as you move. And when you're ready, or I should say next time you come to the back of your mat, hold there, stay there. And then we're gonna do a kind of balancing march. So let's bring our hands to our waist. We're gonna continue walking up and back, but we're gonna do it starting with the right leg down, Left knee comes up, hold for just a moment, and then bring it down and step to the other side. Right knee comes up, hold for just a moment, come down to the other side. We're just slowly marching forward, taking a slight step forward each time we lift and hold. Maybe you'll hold it just long enough to feel your balance being challenged. Now I'm up to the top of my mat. I don't know where you're at for sure. You guys are so little. We're going to try to do that backward as well. Be careful, we're balancing going backward. Be really careful with that. Maybe even having a chair nearby, or if it doesn't feel safe, walk to the back of your mat and do it forward again. Otherwise, leg up and gentle step back or small step back. Now I'm to the back of my mat. I don't know if you guys are to the back of your mat yet or not. But when you get to the back of your mat, we're going to do that same simple stretch we did earlier, just bringing the arms up, stretching up. So take your time. You don't have to rush here. Just stretching kind of in whatever way feels good for you. Maybe your body is telling you that you'd like to do a twist or another bend or something else. Go ahead and take a moment and just fulfill whatever your body's asking it to do. Maybe stretching your arms back would be nice, or something else. Maybe stretching your arms forward, maybe rolling your shoulders. Now, if you happen to have a chair right nearby, grab that chair. If you don't have a chair right nearby, don't worry about it, don't grab it. But if you have a chair just right nearby you, grab your chair and stand behind the seat so that you have access to the seat. We're just gonna go for a forward fold, a simple forward fold. Standing tall, plant your heels into the ground, maybe even lifting up your toes a little bit. We're gonna send our bottom back, keep our legs as straight as we can, contract the front of the thighs, squeeze your thighs in toward each other, then place your hands down on the seat of the chair. If you don't have a chair nearby, place your hands down about your knees, okay? Now, depending on the flexibility in your legs and in your backs this morning, you might even be on your fingertips, or you might need to add something to make your chair a little bit taller, but we want to have straight legs. So if you come into this position and you realize your knees want to bend, come up a little bit higher, maybe even bringing hands to the back of the chair. From here, with those straight legs, press your legs back, meaning the back of your legs, press them back. And go ahead and relax your head down. Now, for those of you who don't feel any stretch here, that feel like, oh, I can definitely go much, much deeper than this and be plenty comfortable with my legs straight, you can go ahead and try to bring yourself down to your forearms, relaxing your head down there. But keep your legs straight and try to keep your back straight too, meaning that you're hinged at your hips. Relax your shoulders, allowing your head to hang down. If your forearms are at the seat, maybe even resting your head on the seat of the chair. Keep pressing through the back of your legs. Gently breathing. Now, if you're here, if you're somebody who's feeling very flexible this morning, if you're here and you're at your forearms and your legs are straight and you're still not getting any stretch in your back legs, go ahead and step back from your chair and bring your hands to wrap around the back of your legs, like giving your legs a hug. But if you are getting any stretch at all, if you feel it, stay at the chair. Just a supported forward fold. We'll stay here about 3 more breaths. When you're ready to slowly come back up. And then move to the top of your mat. The supported forward fold, the reason I wanted to encourage doing that with the chair rather than just coming down is it helps to make sure that the posture is right, that we are hinged at the hips, that the legs are straight for this particular forward fold that I wanted to take. And you might notice it feels a little bit different than when you just take a forward fold without a chair. Okay, so we're gonna move into a warrior one, and we're gonna hold our warrior one for a little while. So when you're ready, right leg forward, left foot steps straight back, left toes are turned out just slightly, both hips are facing forward, right knee bends, chest is lifted, arms come up. Like I said, we're gonna hold this for a little while. So if at any time your arms are just don't wanna be up anymore, try a cactus arm, or hands can come down to heart center. Good. Right knee is above the right ankle, not extended beyond it, and not too far behind it either. Again, both hips are forward, left foot is planted into the ground, right foot is also planted into the ground. We're going to try to squeeze the legs in toward each other as well. So inner thighs squeezing in toward each other as those hips are facing forward. If you'd like to challenge your balance a little bit, you can look up to between your hands, or you can bring your hands together and look up towards your thumbs. I'm going to come have a quick look at everybody. Good. We'll take about 2 more breaths. Good, and then arms down. Let's go ahead and step forward. You can shake it out a little bit if you'd like to. All right, we're gonna go right to the other side. So from a mountain pose, when you're ready, right leg's gonna come straight back. Right foot turns out just about 45 degrees off the hip, or if I was a clock, it'd be about, what is that? Like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock off the hip. No, I'm wrong. It'd be more like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Oh, there I go with numbers, guys. It'd be about 10 o'clock. Left knee bends. Left knee is above the ankle. Both hips are facing forward. Right foot is planted into the ground. Left foot is also planted in the ground. Arms come up. Maybe looking up. Chest is lifted. Also, feel free to play around with the stance of your warrior one. Sometimes we might want to do a little bit of a deeper warrior one where the hips come down lower. Some mornings we need a less deep warrior one where the hips are much higher, kind of depending on how our body feels in that given moment. And again, I'm going to come look and see how we're doing. All right, about 2 more breaths with this warrior. I know it's getting tired. Those arms have got to be getting tired by the second side. For this last breath, really reach your arms up. And when you're ready, go ahead and step up. Shake it out. That was a long hold for our warrior ones. Good job, you guys. Now we're going to go into a triangle pose, and we're also going to hold the triangle pose, and you know I'm going to pick on you in the triangle pose because that is what I do. So we want to really try to get our alignment right for this triangle pose, okay? So you have to, for all of, everybody that's here today, I think, unless more people joined in, everybody that's here today has been in my classes and has gotten the classes on triangle pose. So see if you can't remember what we've done, and especially the practice where we've done it against the wall. And in fact, if you have a vacant wall nearby and want to do your triangle against the wall, you sure could. Okay, so from mountain pose, we're going to start with the right leg forward, taking a big step back with the left leg. Left hip opens, left foot opens, so that when we look down, our right heel is in alignment with our left arch. Based on what we've done in triangle in class, in person in the past, you might know that you would like to have a block nearby or even a chair nearby to help support your lower arm. So let's go ahead and arms wide, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Both legs are strong. Looking out toward your right middle finger, we're going to keep that left hip open the whole time, reaching to the right. Feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Right arm's coming down. Bring it to your thigh to start maybe. Left arm's coming up, and then allow your hand to slowly slip down your leg to get an idea of where your body's at this morning. We don't want that left hip to come forward at all. And you might realize, like I'm realizing, oh, I am tight this morning. So my triangle is not going to be very deep this morning. Once you get in the position, try looking up toward your left thumb, if that's okay for your neck. I'm going to come check us out. Remember to breathe. To come out of this, gently bend your front knee and come on back up. Arms come down if they're still wide. Right foot turns in. Now, if it's comfortable for you to just go right to the other side, turning the left foot out, you can do that, or you can come back to the top of your mat and step back with the other foot, whichever works best for you to get into the right position. I'm going to just turn to the other side simply because that's what works best for the camera. Okay. Both legs are straight, both legs are strong, arms wide, shoulders relaxed, chest is open. We're gonna first look at our feet, left heel in line with the right arch. Looking at the left middle finger. When you're ready, reach with the left arm. Maybe you're already feeling that stretch in the inner thigh. Right hip stays up and open as we lower the left arm down. Right arm reaches up. Chest is kind of lifting, opening. Again, remember, as we talked about last week, or as I talked about a little bit last week, that this is a heart opener. This is another heart opener. So think about that. Think about opening your chest. Okay. Looking up toward your right thumb if that's comfortable on your neck. If not, looking forward or maybe even down. We usually don't want to look down in triangle because that tends to, our hip tends to follow that. So again, I'm going to come check you guys out, see how we're doing on this. And then when you're ready, gently bending that left knee to help yourself come up out of the posture, both arms down. Keep your legs wide here, turn your left foot in. Take a couple breaths to help kind of come out of that intense hold. That was a long hold for both our warrior one and our triangle. Okay. So we're going to go down into a wide-legged forward fold. I think everybody that I've got here in class can bring their hands down to the ground. But if you can't bring your hands down to the ground, if you've got something nearby like a block or chair to bring your hands to, go ahead and grab it, because I do want our hands to be able to rest on something for this forward fold. So when you're ready, nice and tall through the spine, send the hips back and chest forward to come down, hands to the ground or other surface that you can bring your hands to. So something like a block would be ideal if you needed a little lift there, or even something like a chair would work as well. Let your head relax down, allowing your neck and shoulders to soften. And we're going to take just one more breath resting here. We're going to walk our left hand over toward our right hand and then bring our right arm up into the air to the right, so we're twisting through center. Not only are we lifting that arm up, we're going to reach that arm up. Reach with the right hand as if you're trying to grab something on the ceiling. Reach. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath while reaching. And bring it back down. Then we're going to walk both hands over toward the left. Not a big, deep movement there, just kind of positioning your body to the left. And then when you're ready, left arm is going to reach up to the sky, twisting gently through center there. And reach, reach, reach. And left hand comes back down. From here, allow yourself to relax down again in your forward fold. If it's available to you, try coming down to your forearms and resting your head downward there. If that's not available to you, just supporting yourself however is most comfortable. Shoulders soft. Face is soft. And then gently make your way back to your hands if you're any lower than your hands. And slowly come on back up to standing. From there, we're gonna walk our feet in toward each other, come back to the top of our mat. Okay. Into mountain pose, we find ourselves. We're gonna come down to the ground and we're gonna take a sun salutation to get down to the ground. So from our mountain, with an inhale, arms wide, reach up tall. You can add a little back bend here if you would like to. And an exhale, swan dive forward and down. With an inhale, come halfway back up, lengthen through the spine. And an exhale, hands come down. We're stepping back to a plank pose or to hands and knees. Engage your core here. Shift your weight forward and then lower all the way down to the ground. Release your feet, top of the feet against the ground. Inhale up, and we're gonna come up and down a couple times. Exhale down, kind of get down. Then we're gonna inhale again into that cobra. And exhale back down. Again, inhaling into the cobra. And exhaling down. And 2 more times. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. And last time, inhale up. Exhale down. Then we're gonna push into a child's pose. So lifting, pushing through the arms, lifting, raising your seat, and then seat comes back to the heels. Head comes down. Arms can be outstretched overhead, or you can bring your hands down toward your feet, whatever's most comfortable. From here, raise your chest. You see time-wise how we're doing. I need to take a quick peek at the time. Okay, we've got a little bit longer. So from here, I want to come into a kneeling lunge. So work your way to hands and knees. Okay. And we're going to bring our right foot forward. So swing that right foot around, knees bent, and raise your chest. Both hands resting on the right thigh. Then we're going to walk the right foot forward a little bit and lean into it. For some of us, if you have sensitive knees, something like a towel or a blanket underneath that back knee would be indicated, or even a little pillow. With hands on the right thigh, we want to lift our chest up and sink our hips down. Not a terribly large or graceful movement, but effective at stretching that hip flexor. Go ahead and straighten through the right leg. Try to keep your right foot on the ground so that the toes don't come up. Straightening through the front leg and gently leaning your chest forward. Just until you get a nice little stretch in the back of your leg. Not a deep one necessarily, just a nice stretch. And then we're gonna bend that right knee again, hands come down and walk the right knee back to that starting position of hands and knees. From here, we're gonna go to the other side. So when you're ready, that left foot comes forward, hands come to the thighs, raising up. Again, positioning a towel or blanket or pillow underneath the right knee if you need to, if the nerves in your knees are screaming at you. Don't let them scream. And then when you're ready, walk your foot forward a little bit so that you can lean your hips forward, getting a stretch into the right hip flexors. Keep your chest nice and tall. And again, I'm gonna come see how we're doing.